You like innovative planes? This is Elixir. They say they built the 4th generation of aircraft design. What does that mean? And how does it fly? Let's ask some questions and then let's get this thing up in the air. Let's go. Elixir Aircraft, it's the first time that I have ever seen one.
Yeah.
Tell me what's the history or the story behind the aircraft?
Oh yeah, this is probably the first time because this is also our first time here in Austria. So we made last year Airframe Canopy and we will be there. So this is not really Austria, of course, it is in Germany, but this is our first time there in Austria. I'm very, very happy to meet you guys and during this weekend. It will be very, very nice. So about the aircraft, it's made by Elixir Aircraft and we produce what? An Elixir. So it's really simple about the game. And this is our aircraft and it's made completely in carbon, fully in carbon. And we like to say this is the 4th generation of light aircraft. If you want make a quick resume, the first will be probably woods and canvas, right?
Yeah.
First technology, first generation. The second one exactly the same things with aluminium, right? And the third is like you do the best. This is, for example, diamond. Diamond is 3rd generation of light aircraft. This is made exactly, for example, aluminium or wood and canvas. You use many parts and you make a composite aircraft, that's the diamond. This one is made in clearly few parts. For a classical Cessna, you have usually like 70,000 of parts, and this one is near to 1,000 parts. So it's clearly less, and less part is less problem also. I don't like too much Elon Musk, but Elon Musk says something very, very nice. The best part is no part. And here we are.
How do you make it? How do you make less parts? How is it possible? Is it like if something breaks, you have to replace the whole thing?
No, absolutely not. I saw just before you have a glider part, so you know how to repair it with the composite. It's very, very easy to. You have just to put some layer between like a sandwich, like for example, layer of carbon, layer of resin, layer of carbon, and you can repair everything. So it's made in approximately 90% of the aircraft. It's made in only 10 parts. You have the wings, you have the fuselage, you have of course the T-tail, some aileron, and some stuff like the canopy, and it's almost everything, right? So that's the key. We made this technology exactly for the race boat. If you check the race boat, it's a big part just, for example, for the main ship, all right? And after that, it's nothing. So it's exactly built like a race boat. The wings, for example, there is no ribs and there is no spar inside. It's completely empty, all right? But it's very, very strong. It can resist 15 tons.
And how is it with weight? Is it heavier? Is it lighter?
It's clearly lighter.
It's lighter, of course, because you have less parts, you have less connections.
It's clearly lighter. And full in carbon, so the carbon is a little bit lighter than, for example, the fiberglass.
Yeah. So how much weight is the entire aircraft?
So it depends on the configuration you want to choose, of course. It depends on the Autopilot or something like that. But usually it's near to 380 kilo for the empty. And the maximum takeoff mass, it will be between, it depends on which engine you want, but it will be 630 kilo and the maximum will be 660.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So the payload usually it's between 250 kilo, a little bit more if you want. And you can put 100 kilo of fuel, so near to, no, I apologize, 100 liters and 72 kilo.
Okay.
So you can put 2 pilots like me and you, or you and me, and 80 kilo each, no problem at all, with some luggage. No problem in the back, and full tank.
And what does that, like, what's the engine options that you have here?
So we are in the last generation, so we forget about carburetor, fully injection, of course, injection electronic, 912 IS. You produce probably the best engine in the world here in Austria. And the second one is the 19 IS, so the biggest engine to expect better performances.
So what's the biggest engine? Is it the
915 IS? Yeah, the 915 IS. Yes, we have also,
Okay, awesome. And how does that translate then the weight and then the power and then the aerodynamics in terms of speed, in terms of fuel consumption? How is that looking?
Yeah, of course. As you see, the aircraft is very neat. So there is absolutely no drag.
No screws, nothing.
No screw, nothing. So of course it is a little bit lighter, but it's also clean. So you can expect very, very good performances. For this one, just with 100 horsepower, the maximum speed will be 128 knots. But typical cruise speed with just in economic, it will be 122 knots.
Yes.
and you consume near to 15 liters per hour. And one thing is very, very interesting also with the injection electronic, it reduces, of course, the fuel consumption when you go higher, okay?
Yes.
Because the computer do it clearly better than you and me.
Yeah, of
Clearly
course.
better.
And how is the performance if you have the 915 in there?
Yeah, the 915 it will be clearly better. It will be near to the maximum speed will be 158 knots, and classic
Consumption a little bit higher, probably.
probably clearly better. It's near to 25 or 28 liters per hour. If you reduce a little bit the power, it will reduce to 24, 23 liters, and you can expect it's very, very good, 150 knots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome
It's
performance.
impressive, yes. It's very, very impressive.
And in terms of range?
Yeah, so it depends, of course, on where you put the throttle, of course.
Yeah.
But for example, if we came from the east part of France, it's near to 700 kilometers, so it will be near to 350 nautical miles. And when you land, we have almost the half of the tank full, so we can continue a little bit more again.
Yeah.
So the classical thing in 1,000 nautical miles.
Yes.
For the maximum thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for what target audiences was this built for? Was it flying schools? Is it for travelers? Like, what's the deal there?
So for the moment, we have sold already in 1 year and a half of sales 50 aircraft. So it's a very, very good start. And 80% of customers are flying club in France, because you can do lot of mission, and the versatility of the Elixir is very, very nice. But we have also private user who like the performances and less part, and about the maintenance we work a lot about that. And our biggest customer is Airbus Fly Academy. For the training of the cadets, they use the Elixir, and after that the Cirrus, but they start with the Elixir, and this is our biggest customer right now. And we are very proud to have Airbus with us.
That's an honor to
Yes, it's a good stamp.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
That's really good. So in terms of, it has great performance. It has a completely different way of building it. You know, I have never heard of this. So that they reduce parts. I think that you're the first and only one to do it like this.
In aircraft,
in this category at least.
Yes, in CS23, of course, we have the last one, and the only one.
Yes.
And if you check the last CS23 Amendment 5, you have the Bristol, for example, the B23, but they build exactly the aircraft like we built 50 years ago. So it doesn't change too much about the technology. It's old school, probably, as I can say.
What do I have to pay for this model, and what's the price range if I have one that's less equipped, and what's the maximum equipped that I can?
So it's a good question. We don't like too much the price list of the catalog is very, very huge. We don't like it. We prefer to read fully equipped, like Tesla did. We like a lot of the philosophy of Tesla. For example, the screen in the middle, but also the catalog list. You have just to select few parts, but nothing more. So we like to sell our Elixir Aircraft is very, very well equipped from the start. We have the parachute, you have the automatic, you have row struts, for example, you have fully Garmin equipped. So the basic price, it will be 250,000 euro,
and it's all
excluding that.
Excluding that, and it's all it's all built and off the factory.
Of course, you take the key and let's enjoy the flight. Yes, of course. And for the moment, the only one this is the NVFR version, all right. And we work on the certification of the 915 IS. It's not complete right now, all right. We have to complete the test flight, but it's almost done right now.
Yeah.
And it will be probably in the next few months.
And it will be a little bit higher priced.
Yeah, probably due to the engine, and we change something about the, of course, the winglet and something like that, but not too much also. And the equipment inside will be changed a lot because it will be completely full glass cockpit.
Yes. Okay.
All right. It will be near to the IFR cockpit, very, very close to.
Okay, that's awesome.
So we don't know the price yet for this configuration, but when you compare,
a little bit.
Yes, our market, if you want to focus a little bit, we like a lot about Cirrus philosophy, and when you see Cirrus, the first aircraft is near to now $1 million, and we believe that the future is the two-seaters, but big comfort and big speed. And about the certification is the key also. And don't stay in ultralight or something like that. So it's near to a Cirrus, but just two-seat.
Yeah. Okay. Then two questions that I always hear is about these more high-performance aircraft. How is it performing, especially for younger pilots? You know, not that much experience.
Yeah.
Is it easy to fly, or is it very tough to fly? You know, in the traffic pattern. You know, the last turn, that kind of stuff. Like,
No, it's a very, very good question, as you said. We don't like too much high performance aircraft, but just only high performance, because it means, as you said, a little bit, in low speed, you are clearly low, you don't have the same performances. The best philosophy for Elixir is to upgrade the security and the safety inside our aircraft. Unfortunately, with a lot of years, the technology inside the aircraft doesn't evolve too much.
Yes.
And as you see, for example, with Volvo, they upgrade a lot the safety. It was like we said, people first.
Yeah.
And we would like to produce exactly the same thing with the aircraft. So, for example, with the parachute, we are the first aircraft in the world with the certification spin resistant.
Mm-hmm.
It means it's impossible to enter in spin with this kind of aircraft, right?
Like how is it just the aerodynamic frame that doesn't allow it to
Yes,
enter?
with the wings, and you have some profile of the wings. It's evolved a little bit,
Yeah.
so it's really important to know that. I want to show you after that,
Yes.
or just quick around. But if, for example, you are just in down base, and you are number 2 and number 3, you have a speed, if they're very, very low, you're full flaps. And usually there is a lot of accidents with this kind of configuration, because you can really easily to have the ball to the right or to the left, and you enter in spin, it could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
You will see tomorrow during the flight, if you, for example, use the stick to the left or a little bit rudder to the right, it doesn't enter in spin at all. So it's a good proof of security.
That's amazing.
Of course, I tell you about the performance is very, very high, like 125 knots, but you can expect also if you want just some pattern around 100 knots, it doesn't move at all. It's very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
That's the key.
That's an awesome mix to have.
Yeah, it's important to speak about versatility today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to the constructor of aircraft, we have one aircraft for each mission. But this is not the future. If you look, for example, your army or in Austria, you have the Eurofighter probably.
Yeah.
It's multi-mission, right? And we like to provide exactly the same tip with Elixir. So you can provide the beginning, as I say, the beginning and basic pattern to start.
Yeah.
Basic, just landing and just some exercise, of course. But if you want to travel, it's possible also.
Yeah.
And usually, probably the DI-20, as I see before, is for you for mission just for the beginning.
Yeah.
And after that, you can change for the 182 or something like that.
Yeah.
But with this one, you can do both missions.
Yeah, awesome.
And this is the key.
And then one question exactly for the first mission.
Yeah.
Some people say for the light aircrafts, we always have a problem with the landing gear.
Yeah.
How is it in terms of sturdiness? You know, does it handle hard landings well, especially for student pilots? You know, can't,
it's a good one.
Feel it.
I wanna answer you directly. I will move the landing gear just after. It's oleo strut. Mm-hmm. So it means there is like compression in air and compression with oil, all right? Mm-hmm. It's a mix between, and you can make very, very hard landing or something like that. It doesn't rebound, it doesn't jump again. So it's very, very strong. Of course, this is cheaper to have like a simple thing like the Cessna or like the DI-20. Of course, this is cheaper, lighter also. But about the time and about to do a lot of practice around, this is clearly better to have this kind of landing gear. Yes, clearly.
So should we walk around?
The first things,
the flaps?
as we start, this is the double flaps, double slatted. It means, when you told me just before about the safety, when you have some students in the pattern, all right, your runway is not too long, right? It's a short runway,
meters.
And it depends on the wind, but sometimes you can expect unfortunately high speed, all right?
Yeah.
And due to classical flaps, the main problem is keep the air under these parts, and you are like, you fly on the runway, but you can't land. So the big mistake for a lot of students is to put two stick right and forward, and this is the biggest mistake. With this kind of stuff, this is likely, for example, a big aircraft like the 320 or something like that. You can just escape the air. It reduces also the drag, and of course, one thing is very, very interesting. It will destroy the ground effect. So you will land exactly where you want. Yes. And this is the key, all right? Wow, okay. Your objective is to land here, you will land here, right? Yeah. And not a few meters away.
That's amazing.
That's the first thing to know. The second thing, we can talk about the maintenance if you want.
Yes.
You have just to remove this part, the winglet. Mm-hmm. You take this part of the wings, and you have the access fully about the mechanics, all right? Mm-hmm. You have the stick carbon to move, of course, the aileron, but also you have the electricity for the lights. the fuel vamp just
so
here.
You can access everything from here.
From here, right? For the mechanical guys, it's clearly easy to have that. Because for a lot of aircraft, you have just a small hole between some here, yes, and it's not really easy to use your hand and something like that.
Yeah.
So well, just one thing, you remove it, and you have the access fully of the wing, all right?
Yeah.
Because I have to repeat, the wings is completely empty. Good?
Yeah. And this one, it looks small.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is. But you will see, of course, this is completely at the end of the wing, so the effect is clearly.
And how is this then used? Is this like to protect the flow?
Yeah, this is defense. Maybe you have seen before the TBM.
Yes.
They use exactly the same things. So when I talked just before about the stall security, about the spin, if you just join me here, if you take the example about the stall speed, when the stall occurs, it's occurred by this way, and try to contaminate these parts, all right?
Yeah.
With defense, we protect completely the aileron, all right?
Yes.
So even if you panic, even if you lose the control, you can keep the control of the aileron with this kind of technology, all right?
Okay.
And
very smart.
yes, it is.
Yes.
The second thing about the safety is our tank. It's anti-blast and anti-explosion tank.
So it's completely like filled with this?
Yes, with the foam, right? And outside, it's made in Kevlar. So, for example, you know, you have a lot of accidents, and when you're in contact with the ground or something like that, it's burning.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yeah. Not with this one.
Not with this one, because it's made in Kevlar, and you have just one tank, right? You don't have to select any tank, because
I mean, you have two tanks.
No, I have one tank.
Also, it's,
right?
it's completely
but
connected.
yes, exactly.
So
you can fill to the right or to the left, because if you arrive in a new airport and a new field and you don't know where is the pump, okay, don't worry. You fill here or here, it doesn't matter at all. This is exactly the same tank.
That's smart.
And it's very dangerous today to select the tank during the flight.
A
lot of people forget. It's normal, all right? It's human, all right? So you don't have to manage something about the fuel. Awesome. About the carbon, I can show you something. This is very strong. I can do it with another aircraft, all right? This is very strong. Of course, you can resist 15 tons. So you can put a truck on the wings, it can bring it, no problem at all.
Yeah.
When I talk about resistance, it's good to know about the canopy. You can expect to make the engine run up or everything on the ground fully open. No problem at all.
It doesn't flap.
Like a cabriolet, exactly. Okay, it doesn't move at all because this is very strong. And if, for example, you have a downwind or something like that, you can check. It's very strong, right?
Yeah.
You can do it with other aircraft. It's impossible because this is due to the one-shot carbon, right? This is just one piece.
Yeah.
Of course. About the safety of your students. One thing is interesting, this is the low strut, the low pneumatic. If I move, I make, for example, a hard landing, right? It doesn't jump again.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Wow.
It's a good answer. The nose wheel is conjugate, so it's steerable. It's steerable.
Awesome. So you have better control around.
Yeah, perfectly. This is a constant speed propeller, right? But single lever. So you don't have to manage the blue one, all right?
So is everything done in one?
Yes, by the computer.
Yeah. So it's very easy.
Single lever, yes. It's better. No to manage the blue one. And if you want to have an aircraft with a big performance, you have absolutely need to have the constant speed propeller.
How is it in terms of landing on grass and on concrete? In terms of in terms of space you have?
This is about the certification. You can do what you want, all right? So is the main difference between ultralight and certification. You have to prove, for example, very high grass or very bad airfield, and you have to prove that the angle is still perfect, so it doesn't move at all. Okay. No problem at all.
Cool.
Here we are about the specificity of the aircraft. After that, I can show you if you want inside.
Yes, we can do that.
Cool. If you have any questions, feel free.
Awesome. So then I would say we conclude the interview.
Yeah, of course we can.
Thanks a lot for all the answers.
It's my pleasure. I apologize about my French accent.
No, it's fine. I understood everything perfectly. I'm sure that our viewers did too.
Perfect.
And the rest we're going to look just in flight, and we talk a little bit about the flying characteristics when we're up there.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can. Okay, wonderful. So, brakes up. Like that.
That's it.
No pressure. That's it. Yeah, you just press a little bit. Yeah, like a Cessna. like you would on a Cessna. Then you put the key on lane.
On lane?
Yeah, lane are the ECUs. They are just the computers that control the engine. So we just need to wait for the lane to start. So all the information have appeared, means the lanes are up, ECUs are up. We just put the power to 35%. So this is not actually a power percentage, it's just the position of the lever. Yeah, just before starting. When we start up, this will disappear.
Okay.
So 35% is good for a warm engine. Then you can put the key to run.
To run? Okay.
Yeah, run. What you hear are the fuel pumps.
They're going on automatically?
Yeah, automatically. They're always on. So fuel pressure will be about 3 bars. That's wonderful.
And then we can start?
Exactly.
All right, prop clear.
Prop clear, yeah.
Awesome.
So, well, you can do it. Just release the brakes.
Just pushing it down?
Yeah.
And then already...
Then just a bit of power, so that's okay for you.
Don't need much power here.
No.
Oh, it's so fluid.
Yeah.
Easy. Oh, it's very smooth, even through taxi.
Yeah, it is.
I can't believe how it's going to be in the air, but taxiing, it's already bought after taxiing.
I'm sure you will enjoy it.
So we stay here.
Okay, then you press on brakes.
And pull it, and that's it.
Park brake on, that's wonderful.
Okay, so what's the run-up going to be?
So, the run-up. You can put the power to 3,800.
RPM?
Yeah, RPM, yeah. We always control RPM since it's a single level control.
3,800?
We use the RPM. 3,800, yeah. Around 3,800, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, first of all, we'll test the 2 fuel pumps. So I will let you do it.
A, B.
So you keep the switch on the left. Okay, so you just shut down pump B.
Okay.
So as you can see, the fuel pressure is. Oh, you can keep it.
Oh, you keep it there.
Yeah. Fuel pressure is okay. RPM are okay. Good.
Okay, it's good.
On the middle, on the other side,
also
fuel
good.
pressure is okay. Everything good.
All right.
Then we test the lane. Then you can put it on the left side. Yeah.
Oh, it can stay there.
It stays there. Yeah. So lane B is on to tell us there's a problem. Of course, we shut it down, so there's a problem.
Yeah.
We lost some parameters which are associated to the lane B, but the engine is running good. That's okay.
So lane B.
So back to the middle first. We just have to wait for the light to turn off, which will mean the lane has started up again.
Okay, it's done.
That's good.
Other side.
On the right.
Lane A.
Lane A is on.
Some parameters.
We lost some information. Yeah, some parameters. But the engine is running good. That's wonderful. We'll go back to the middle.
And wait till lane A appears.
Yeah, it just takes a few seconds, it's in the electronics. Okay, that's good. So now the lanes are okay. What we will do, we will test the idle. So full idle. We should have about 1,400 RPM.
Looking good.
That's good for us. And then back to 2,200 RPM.
2,200
for holding. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's good for us. Then what we can do, we'll see. You can see we have all the checklists in the system.
Yeah, so we can go through them here.
Yeah, exactly. So we've done everything. The one we can do is the before line checklist. So to tick the items, you just push them on the touchscreen or with this button, as you prefer.
Okay. So flaps, set takeoff. What is takeoff? Is it one?
It's like the DA20.
Okay. So first flaps.
First flaps. You can see the indicator is just over here.
Yes, perfect.
You have the 2 flaps which are down.
So if I just press it, it's checked. Okay.
Exactly. Trims takeoff. So the trims are on the stick. You have the elevator trim and the aileron trim. So elevator trim, you need to put the white triangle on the white line. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And the same thing on the aileron trim, which is already quite in the middle.
Okay, so done. Light controls. Detect them.
I can let you do it.
Okay, looks good. All clear.
Wonderful.
Seat belts.
I'm secured. You're secured.
Yeah, looking good. Good. Canopy.
Close and lock. As you can see, if the canopy wasn't completely locked, I mean like that, you would have this light, which would be like
indicated.
And as soon as I lock it up, it's on. It turns off.
Lights. Should we have
lights? Okay, it's good.
Okay, fine. All right.
Okay, so briefing, departure briefing. Sorry. So what we will do, as we said before, we will do. We'll take off.
Whiskey 3, Whiskey 1, and then we go up to the.
And then we can go up to the nose. So for taking off, we take off full power. This plane is in kilometers per hour, but still quite about the same.
Yeah.
So rotate at 100.
100?
100, yeah. Then initial clap at 130. Then when we pass 1,000 feet, we flaps up and reducing power to 5,500, same as everyone max, same thing, and then 160, so 100, 130, 160.
You add 130, 160.
You add 30 kilometers each time.
Okay.
But I will tell you, of course.
Okay, perfect.
And so that's it, and when you're ready, we can request taxi.
Okay. Or ready for departure.
Yeah.
Foxtrot Hotel Lima India X-ray on holding short on Alpha, ready for departure.
Foxtrot India X-ray, takeoff at your own discretion, wind 27009 knots, runway 25.
Runway 25, takeoff on own discretion. Foxtrot Hotel Lima X-ray.
Alright.
Foxtrot Double Oscar, Whiskey 1.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. There's no one on the runway.
No.
No one final. It's okay.
Did the power that it stirred a little bit left? Or?
Yeah, because the engine has a lot of torque.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you will see when we take off, the engine has a lot of torque. We will have to put a bit of right feet.
It's just interesting for a 100 PS horsepower engine that it pulls so hard to the left.
And you will see the takeoff is very steep.
Let's go.
Let's go. Full power.
Airspeed to live.
Airspeed alive. Power set.
100.
Okay, rotate. And then 130. So you have to pull on the stick so it doesn't speed up.
Oh, it times fast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're about 1,000 feet per minute at this moment.
And it's very, very light on the controls. Very light.
Yeah. Okay.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, flaps up.
Flaps up.
Yeah, and reducing power to 5,500. Okay, that's good. And then 160. The stick is a bit hard on the elevator position.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, and the reason is to stay aware of the situation of the aircraft. And the idea is that if you need to pull very hard on the stick, it means there might be a problem. For example, you are approaching the stall or something like that.
Yeah.
Or simply you are not. It will help you to trim the aircraft correctly.
Yeah.
And because this aircraft, once it's trimmed, it's like very, very stable.
It's an electric trim.
Yes, fully electric, and it's adaptive according to the speed of the aircraft. So you're always very precise on the trim.
I felt that.
Yeah.
Is there anything manual if the trim has an issue? What do I do then? So I just land it.
First thing, the trim has been designed to stay controllable even if there's a big issue and it goes on one head, on the other end, the plane will be still flyable.
Okay.
And the other thing, there's a breaker just there.
And then if it runs away, I just break it.
Just pull it and it just stops.
Right, so we're making a left turn right here. Clear. Would you use the rudders here to put it in?
Yeah, you can see on the ball.
Yeah, it needs it a little bit.
Yeah, it needs a bit of a down. I think it's a good thing for landing, but as you like it.
Yeah, it's very light on the controls.
Yeah, it's very light, very precise, but then very stable. I mean, if you just release the control, it will just fly straight.
Yeah. Clear.
Good. And you can up here also, you have a very good vision.
Very good vision, yeah.
First of all, it's so nice to see the countryside, but also it's an important safety feature.
Yeah.
For avoiding the other traffic.
What's the cruise characteristics? If we would say now, this would be like a regular cruise setting here already? Or?
Yeah, this is already a regular cruise setting. You can see we're up to 230 kilometers, which is 120 knots actually, approximately.
Yeah.
And so for this cruise speed, we're a bit more than 60 meters an hour.
15?
16, you can see we're
17, 16, 17. Yeah.
And it all depends on many parameters because the mixture is automatically adapted.
Yeah.
But it's around it. So we are actually on cruise speed.
Wow. And it's still so nice to fly even at cruise speed.
Yes.
It's so light.
Yes, it is light, precise, and yet very stable. I can show you what exactly is the safe stall, the entry stall we talked about yesterday.
Yeah, please.
So we have enough height. We have 2,200 feet above ground level, so that's quite enough.
Yeah.
What we can do, you can start by doing the stall that you learned in flying school. Just full idle.
Yeah.
Full idle, reduce the speed without losing altitude. Okay. Okay, as you can see, the angle of attack indicator is turning on.
Yeah.
So the green line
This
is
will
good.
be like, and
So-
from here on.
And so the orange line means we are approaching the stall. We will soon have the stall alarm. So this is the stall alarm. And now you stalled.
Okay, it's full controllable.
Yeah, can you see?
Completely controllable.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
And so if you just release the stick, it goes back flying again. And as you can see, if you just put it back, you have full control.
Yeah.
You can put the stick fully on the right, on the left.
Yeah.
The ball is moving, but still we are fully controllable and we are very, very far from the spin. And at the moment you release the stick, it flies again.
Yeah. Wow. It's very stable.
Yeah.
Landing.
Very
Full
stable.
power again.
Right.
Full power again, yes, just to climb up. Do you want me to show you quickly how the autopilot works?
Yes.
Okay. So very easy. So you push on this button.
Yeah.
Then
Autopilot.
Autopilot on. It's on. It will keep the roll and the pitch.
Yeah.
But if I want to keep, for example, a track and an altitude, I just push these two buttons.
And then we hold it right there.
It will hold it right there. We are approximately 3,000 feet. And the track is not exactly like the heading because the heading would keep the heading, but the track will correct for the wind.
Okay.
And for example, if I want to go, back, for example, to Echo 1, I just put a direct to Echo 1, and then back in the control panel, I put it on nav, and it will automatically follow the GPS track to get us to Echo 1.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it is. And if you want to regain control of the autopilot at any moment, you push any of the stick of the trim button.
And then it.
And then
turns
once
off.
you can, yeah, you have it. You got the control back. And so, what we can see now is the emergency descent. It's the typical case where you're above the cloud and there's a hole to get under the cloud.
Yeah.
What we learned in school is that we go to a spiral,
Yeah.
to get up rapidly. What we do with this aircraft, just put it on full idle. And the idea is to not losing any altitude and just reducing the speed to enter the white arc. So, enter the white arc. Once you're in the white arc, it's okay, full flaps. Okay? And then on full idle,
Yeah.
don't put any power, push on the stick to keep 164 kilometers.
164.
Yeah, which is the top of the white arc actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the VFE. And just push on it. And as you can see, we have a very, very
Steep descent. Yeah.
steep descent. We are 2,000 feet per minute descent. But we keep full control and full awareness of what's going in front of us.
Yeah, we see very clearly.
We see very clearly, yeah. Okay, 1700, okay.
So
Go
then,
back, power back, and then we can just put the flaps back to take off. It's our approach configuration.
all right. Power again at 5.1 or where would you set the power now?
4.7. You would put 4.7 for the
Because
approach.
otherwise we will be very fast.
Yeah, 4.7 we would be good for 150 kilometers on level flight. So if you want to descend, maybe a bit less, like 4.8, yeah, 4.3, 4.5.
Foxtrot Hotel Lima India X-Ray Echo 1.
Foxtrot India X-Ray, landing at your own destination to 5, wind 270 degrees, 06 knots per hour.
Landing at own discretion at 25. Foxtrot Hotel Lima India X-Ray.
Okay, so what you can do is flat landing, just put maybe a bit power.
Bit power
The
more.
idea is to slow down to 120.
120. All right.
Okay. So I will get.
Or do you want to do the landing or?
No, I will do it. You will do it, but I will be behind you, of course, if you need. So, 120 for the airport speed. The advantage of the double-slatted flaps is that you don't have any ground effect, so don't reduce the power too early, otherwise the plane would go down a bit too early.
120 you said, right?
120, yeah. So you can keep slowing it down, it's okay. And also the other thing, we are sitting a bit low on the ground compared to other aircraft, so the flare would be a bit lower than what you would be used to.
Okay.
But I will guide you.
I'll just let it down slowly and then we'll see where it is.
That's okay.
So a little bit in the rudder.
Yeah.
130 still.
Okay, keep it like that, good.
I'll take the power off.
Okay, okay, go down, Go down and flare. Wonderful.
All right, that's easy too.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really, really awesome plane to fly.
Ah, thank you.
There's nothing, fuel pumps, nothing I have to worry
Nothing
about.
at all.
It's so relaxing.
Yeah, it is.
We have nothing to do here.
I mean, the landing check, the before landing checklist on this aircraft is touchdown. That's it.
That is crazy. That's crazy. Why is the taxiing so smooth? Is it because the gear, is...
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Charlie,
Well, the
what
engine doesn't have any vibration. This is also important for the taxiing.
Yeah.
And the gear is very smooth, so it helps us for taxiing.
So
idle,
idle,
shut down,
just off.
just off. And that's it. That's all. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you a lot for all the info.
Thank you for flying me.
Okay, we had some fun. I hope you also had some fun, and I hope you also learned something today. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I'm going to ask Elixir Aircraft all your questions. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Over and out. No, it's really, I'm impressed with how nice this thing is to fly. I think it's a great combination, you know, in terms of speed, stability, easy to fly, easy to taxi, not much to operate.
Yeah.
I think that's the awesome thing about this. And then, you know, and then also, you know, with one shot and everything else, I think all this together makes this, you know, this unique package.
Yeah, I mean, the idea with when the engineers designed this aircraft was what are all they listed all the problems we have in GA.
Yeah.
And try to
solve
give an
all of
answer
them
to every single